this is my first makeup tutorial, so quite exciting. And today I'm just going to do a natural base. Now we all know that makeup products can be really pricey. I used to spend sort of £80 to £100 every couple of months just on basics. So today I'm just going to use some cheap, simple discount products, because I found that with the right techniques you can just get the same result. And now this is from no professional training, this is just me experimenting, self-taught, just messing around, so I hope you like it. So in the mornings when you're rushing around, whether you got to go to work or take the kids to school, you don't always have the time to do a full makeover. So this is just something I've learned which is really quick and easy and really helpful in the mornings. So I'm just going to use my foundation now using a foundation brush. Now my skin's quite pale, so I'm using this ivory colour. So people tend to use different things for applying makeup, different techniques. People like to use their fingers to blend in the foundation, use sponges. I like to use the foundation brush. And I find using the dabbing technique just sort of gets it into your skin better and just makes it look more even. Now this foundation that I bought, like I said, I'd usually spend a fortune. It cost me about £4.99. I used to spend sort of £14 on a foundation, and this is just as good. It's so easy to apply, it gives a nice even coverage, it has a nice shine to it, and it smells lovely. Now in the winter and stuff, I sort of tend to get dry skin, especially around the creases of my nose and around my cheeks and stuff. So I tend to avoid matte foundation. So I'm just going to brush this into my face. And after I applied my foundation, I just rub in just around the creases, just to make sure it's all nice and even. This stuff really does make your skin so soft as well. Now it helps if you cleanse and moisturise your skin before. Well, I find it easier to apply makeup that way anyway. So there's my foundation. Now people also use different things to highlight, whereas I just use this simple concealer. Again, I've got pale skin, so I just use an ivory colour. Now this cost me £1, but like I said, just as good as any others. So I've got quite a rounded face with a narrow jawline, which I quite like, so I like to highlight that part of my face. I usually just start around the chin, across the jawline. I also add a bit up here, a bit of a Santa Claus thing going on. I also have quite a narrow nose. I've always been a bit self-conscious of this little dint here. Now I found if I just highlight this bit where I have a slight dint, then once you blend it, it sort of flattens it out and just changes the shape a bit, which is great. Also highlighting my forehead, anywhere where the natural sunlight hits, under my eyes, if you get bags sometimes like me. And again, just using my fingers just to blend the concealer in with the foundation. And around my chin. Again, you can use a sponge for this. I find it easier just to use my fingers, and I tend to use more of a dabbing technique, so you just don't get any unwanted smudge lines. and blend into my nose. And the forehead. Like I said, anywhere where natural sunlight may hit, just really brings out your features. Okay. So next, I haven't really got any eyebrows. They're quite fair, have no shape to them at all. So I just use a normal eyebrow pencil just to sort of add a bit of length and colour. Now sometimes I can do this pretty well. Sometimes, there you go, look. It takes a bit more effort. But I'm just simply just drawing over my natural brows. Now I found with a pencil sometimes you don't always get a very good result, so I just sort of dab the brows after. Very thin brows today. And then I just take the little brush at the end and get some powdered eyebrow stuff. I call brow shadow, just like eyeshadow. It goes on your brows. And then I just sort of dab it onto the brush and then just dab it onto the eyebrows, just to give a bit more of a natural look. So it's not just too obvious that you've just drawn your eyebrows on. But like I said, everyone's different. Every individual has a unique face. Everyone has different techniques. This is what works for me. So there we go. Now the good thing is, with not having very good eyebrows, because like I said, mine are quite fair and they haven't really got shape. But because they're fair, I can change the shape of my eyebrows. You can sort of make them thicker, longer, but this is just a simple natural look, like I said. So next, I'm going to use this contour palette. Now, this is powder. Some people like to use the contour pens. I prefer to use the powder. Just dab a bit on the brush. You can just use a normal blusher brush for this. Like I said, cheap and easy. So I just go from around the temple and just sort of curve under my cheekbone. And just blend in with the brush. Now colour matching is really important, just so you get a better result and things blend well. Now that does look quite dark on the camera. It's not too dark, and you can always tone it down with some powder. So again, from the temple, just under the cheekbone, and just blend it in. Now already I think that lifts the cheekbone, just brings out the shape of it a little bit. I also put a bit around my temple here, just because when you highlight the front of your forehead, it just sort of brings it out a bit more, gives it that nice shape. Like I said, everyone's different, everyone has different shape, size, face. This is what works for me. You can do so many different things with contouring. It's absolutely amazing, and I'm so glad that I started to learn it, because it is a quicker, easier way just to do your makeup in the morning. Brings out your features and just gives you a nice natural look, nothing too much. So then just make sure this is blended in. And then I use just a bit of pressed powder. Just again, cheap pressed powder. Just to sort of seal it. And if you do it along the line between your cheekbone and the powder, the darker powder, it just sort of blends it in a bit better and doesn't make it look so dark. And a bit around my forehead, and I also put a bit on my nose. Okay, then I'm going to use the contour palette again, just to use a bit of highlighter. Now here I just highlight the bottom of the cheeks and just brush up and blend in a little with the darker powder. Now I'll do this a couple of times because then it gives a really nice glow and it just really lifts your cheekbones. Blending it in, and then if you like, just a little shine on your forehead and your chin and your nose. Now because my nose is quite wide here, I found that if I just take this little brush here and use the contour powder, the darker one, I just like to put a bit of shadow in. It just sort of gives my nose a bit of a better shape. And just a bit on the tip here. Now I also like to just use a natural eyeshadow. This is just sort of a nude colour, just to put on the lids. And before, when I applied my foundation, I did rub it over my eyelids as well because I found it tends to keep the eyeshadow on. It sticks more. It's a really good technique. So just a natural nudie colour eyeshadow. Now, I usually do a lot of my eyes, a lot of eyeliner. I use strip lashes a lot, but like I said, I'm just doing a natural look today. So all I'm going to do is take some mascara. I have no eyelashes, so I definitely have to use mascara. I'm using quite a thick one to get some volume, so I just brush on my lashes. If you have a bit more time in the morning, you know, you can put strip lashes on. They're nice and quick and easy. Just a nice pair of wispies. Still gives that natural look. And I just like to put a little bit on the bottom lashes. Just sort of wakes your eyes up a little bit more. I normally have cotton buds with me. They are great for correcting mistakes, and this bit I always find quite difficult because I tend to get a line under my lashes, so they're just so handy just to have. So just a bit of something on the eyes. And then for my lips, I just use a natural lip liner. I don't really use lipstick anymore. I just use lip liner. This cost me £1, again, really cheap. And all I do is just outline the lips. I tend to overdraw because once you do that and then you blend, it makes your lips look quite plump, which I found out just through experimenting, and it's amazing. So if you draw around your natural lip line first, and then, like I said, I always just overdraw a little bit just to give it that bit of plumpiness. And then I just blend it in. The great thing with lip liner as well is it stays on better than any lipstick. Sometimes I even use sort of a pinky colour and blend it in, and it just gives a nice tint to your lips. And then I just use a lip primer. Now you can just wear this on its own, or you can put lipstick or lip gloss over it. I just use a lip primer just because it makes your lips look even more plump and soft. And there you go, that's just my natural look for the day. So I hope you enjoyed, and there'll be more videos to come soon.